Break it all down is Stephen A. Cook. He's a senior fellow for the Middle East and Africa Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations. His new book, The End of Ambition, America's Past, Present, and Future in the Middle East, will be published in June of next year. Stephen, good to have you here. I'm curious.
Thanks for having me.
Today, Egyptian President Sisi called for protests all through Egypt in support of Palestinians, yet he refuses to allow any of those Palestinians into Egypt. What's going on?
And he refuses to allow actual protests other than the ones that are called by himself. Egypt President Sisi is in a very difficult position when it comes to the conflict in Gaza. The vast reservoir of pro-Palestinian sentiment within Egypt it comes at a time of his diminishing popularity. At the same time, he relies on a relationship with the United States as well as security cooperation with Israel. So he has to be very, very careful here, and he has to place himself on the right side of public opinion. Despite the fact that he is a dictator, he still has politics, particularly when it comes to this issue. There is a risk, however. When you call for protests, those protests can turn into protests against the strongman. That's precisely what happened in 2003,
right,
when previous President Hosni Mubarak allowed anti-American protests on the eve of the invasion of Iraq, and they turned into anti-Mubarak protests.
And he was out in short order. But, you know, this all happens while Egypt gets $1 billion in aid from the United States every year. What are we getting for our money?
Well, this is a perennial debate in Congress. What are we getting for our money? It's supposed to be $1.3 billion, but Congress has consistently removed some of the aid over human rights conditions. Egypt's record in that area is quite deplorable. But what it is money that guarantees, it's unwritten, but money that guarantees the peace treaty between Egypt and Israel. We get a number of other things as a result of it: fast track transit through the Suez Canal, logistics help with American forces that are moving into the Persian Gulf. But overall, there isn't a big project that the United States and Egypt work on together that really warrants the kind of aid relationship that we have with the Egyptians, which is really an anachronism of another era.
I'm curious. I was just asking a spokesman for the Israeli Defense Forces whether or not it was a strategic mistake to wait 6 hours to supply proof that it wasn't Israel that fired the missile that destroyed or blew up that hospital, that it sparked all these protests. He says we had to make sure. It took some time to investigate. How concerned are you that, first of all, is he going to change any minds? I mean, the fact that we have U.S. intelligence agencies, the Israeli intelligence agencies, even independent intelligence analysts saying it wasn't an Israeli missile that caused this explosion at this hospital. Nobody seems to care in the Arab world.
That's true. There's tremendous skepticism of what the United States and what the Israelis say on this issue. And almost immediately, the suspicion was, and the decision was made in the minds of many people, that Israel was in fact responsible for this terrible incident at the hospital in the Gaza Strip. It wouldn't make a difference if the Israelis had rushed out intelligence 5 minutes later. It would not have made a difference had the President of the United States made a statement 5 minutes later stating that the United States had information that it wasn't the Israelis. That's because there is a narrative in the Arab world about Israel and about its oppression of the Palestinian people and the devaluation of Palestinian life. Mm-hmm. And for many people, that's how they experience the world. But of course, we had leaders in the region who were seeking to drain off some of the protest and opposition to them by allowing protest against Israel, and this is the prime example. And President Sisi is doing precisely that.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.